At your age, God is still writing your love story. The person coming will shock everyone. Chosen one, listen carefully, this is not random, and you must hear this. The Lord has been orchestrating every moment of your heart, every tear you have cried in silence, every late night of longing, all for this exact moment. My beloved, have you felt the emptiness of waiting and wondered if anyone truly understands why you are still standing, still believing, still hoping? The answer is clear: I see you, and I have never forgotten you. Do not dismiss this message, for it carries the weight of destiny and the exact timing of the one coming for you. Right now, I want you to know, someone is being prepared even as you listen, someone whose presence will realign the very fabric of your life, whose arrival will silence the whispers of doubt that have followed you for years. Do you believe this message found you on purpose? Have you noticed the small signs around you that you brushed off as coincidence? Those are confirmations, my child, nudges of the divine writing that cannot be interrupted. But hear me clearly, there is a warning here too. Do not let past heartbreak blind you to the miracle approaching. Do not let fear convince you that love is impossible at your age. You must understand, my beloved, the enemy has tried to keep you distracted, discouraged, and believing your story is over, but I am telling you now, the pages are still turning. Listen carefully, every heartbreak you endured was a setup for this exact moment, every disappointment a shadow before the dawn. Can you feel that stirring in your heart? That is destiny knocking, and it will not leave until you answer. Do not skip this, for what I am about to reveal next will shake the ground beneath you, and yet, it will bring a peace you have never known. Someone is coming who will see you as my child, as my chosen one, as someone who is priceless, irreplaceable, and deeply beloved. Tell me honestly, do you feel this happening right now? This is the divine interruption, a reminder that your story is not ordinary, it is supernatural, written by the hand of God, and the one coming for you is already being shaped by His Spirit. The timing is precise, the connection is sacred, and the revelation will leave everyone around you astonished. You have been waiting for a miracle, and this is not a distant promise, it is imminent. It is here in preparation. But my child, there is a test coming before the blessing, a moment where patience and faith will collide with the desire to give up. Do you understand the significance of this? Are you ready to receive the confirmation when it arrives, without questioning, without doubting, without hesitating? Listen carefully, the enemy has tried to sow seeds of fear, telling you that love is for the young, that your story is past its prime, but those lies are about to crumble. You are chosen, beloved, and the plan is flawless. There is someone whose heart has been quietly, divinely aligned to yours, someone who will shock your understanding of love, someone who will arrive when the timing is perfect, and their presence will make all the waiting worthwhile. But you must stay alert. Signs, coincidences, even dreams, they are all divine markers leading you to this encounter. Have you been ignoring the small whispers that tell you someone is coming? Don't skip this, for every hesitation will make the revelation slower, every doubt will delay the fulfillment. This person's arrival is not just a romantic encounter. It is a divine confirmation of everything I have been preparing for you, every answered prayer, every tear, every sigh of longing. My beloved, listen, you are about to experience a love that will silence critics, heal old wounds, and elevate your spirit in ways you never imagined. The intensity of what is coming may feel overwhelming, but it is proof that my hand has been guiding you. Can you sense the anticipation in your soul? That trembling in your chest is not anxiety, it is prophecy manifesting. The truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything. And now I need you to stay with me, do not skip this, because what is unfolding next is the reason your spirit has felt restless lately, the reason memories have resurfaced and old names crossed your mind without warning. My child, listen carefully, this is a divine alert. The season you are entering will demand discernment, because not everyone who appears is sent, but the one who is coming will carry unmistakable confirmation. Have you felt an unusual pull toward change, as if your current life no longer fits who you are becoming? That discomfort is not confusion, it is preparation. You are being repositioned for a meeting that will rewrite your understanding of love, timing, and worth. But hear this warning with clarity and compassion: before the right one arrives, there will be a distraction, a test dressed as familiarity, an echo of your past trying to pull you back into old patterns. This is not meant to scare you, my beloved, it is meant to protect you. I am covering you, guiding you, and if you listen, you will not miss what matters. Tell me honestly, have you recently felt tempted to settle just to escape the loneliness? That feeling is the very signal that the breakthrough is near. Do not lower your standards now, do not compromise what I have refined in you through years of waiting. You must hear this: your age is not a delay, it is a qualification. You carry wisdom, depth, and spiritual authority that the one coming has been praying for without even knowing your name. This is not coincidence, this is convergence. Every closed door behind you is necessary to preserve the purity of this encounter. Listen carefully, because here is the mystery: the person coming will not arrive the way you expect. They may come quietly, unexpectedly, even disguised as ordinary, yet their presence will feel like recognition at a soul level. Have you ever met someone and felt like you've known them forever? That is the signature of divine alignment. But before that moment, there will be silence, a pause that feels heavy, almost unbearable. Do not misinterpret that silence as abandonment. My child, that silence is where I finish the details. This is the moment where faith must rise above feeling. You are protected, you are seen, and nothing about your story has been wasted. Don't skip this. I am telling you now, when this person steps into your life, people who doubted you will be stunned, those who underestimated your journey will be speechless. Your love story will not just bless you, it will testify. Can you feel the weight lifting already, even as you listen? That is hope being restored, that is destiny awakening. But there is still more you must understand. The connection will require courage, because love at this level demands vulnerability you have avoided for years. Are you willing to be seen fully, without armor, without fear? Listen carefully, because what comes next is the turning point, and if you miss it, you will not understand why everything suddenly accelerates. The next revelation will expose why the timing is now, and why delaying any longer was never an option, because everything is about to change. And the reason everything is about to change is because the season of preparation has ended and the season of manifestation has begun. But listen carefully, my beloved, because this transition will feel unsettling before it feels miraculous. Do not skip this moment, you must hear it. When destiny moves, it rarely announces itself gently. You may feel exposed, uncertain, even afraid, as if the ground beneath you is shifting. That fear is not a warning to stop, it is a signal that you are crossing into something sacred. Have you noticed how your tolerance for shallow connections has disappeared? That is not bitterness, my child, that is discernment activating. I have been pruning your heart, removing attachments that could not sustain the weight of what is coming. You are not losing anything valuable, you are being made ready. Listen carefully, because here is the mystery most people never understand. Delayed love is often protected love. I withheld what you wanted to preserve what you needed. Can you see now why certain relationships never worked, no matter how hard you tried? They were not failures, they were divine detours. But now, the detour is ending. Don't skip this, because the next shift will come suddenly, without warning, and if your heart is still looking backward, you may hesitate when you should move forward. My beloved, the person coming will challenge you, not with chaos, but with peace, a peace so unfamiliar it may feel uncomfortable at first. That is because you have learned how to survive, not how to receive. Tell me honestly, does the idea of something stable feel strange to you now? That awareness is important, because healing is not just about letting go of pain, it is about learning to trust joy. Listen carefully, the enemy has tried to convince you that you are too guarded, too complicated, too late, but the truth is, you are refined, intentional, and exactly on time. The one coming does not want a version of you that performs or pretends. They have been prepared to meet you as you are now. This is why I had to mature you first. Do not rush this moment, but do not retreat either. There will be a conversation, a glance, a connection that feels charged with meaning, and when it happens, your spirit will recognize it before your mind does. Have you been sensing a shift in your intuition lately, a stronger inner knowing? That is because you are being tuned to recognize divine alignment. Don't skip this, because what I am revealing now is critical. The shock will not only be who they are, but when they arrive. It will feel sudden, almost disruptive, as if God interrupted your routine on purpose. And yes, He did. My child, this love will require you to step out of isolation and into visibility. You cannot hide where I am taking you. Fear may whisper that you could be hurt again, but I am telling you, this time you are not walking alone. I am guarding this connection, and what I guard cannot be destroyed. Can you feel the reassurance settling in your chest right now? That is not emotion, that is truth. Stay with me, because the next thing I reveal will explain why the wait felt so long, and why the arrival will feel so fast, and when you understand this, nothing will ever look the same again. Again, listen carefully, do not skip this, because what I am about to unfold now is the reason your heart has endured so much pressure without breaking. My child, there is a divine collision approaching, and collisions are never quiet. You may feel an increase in spiritual resistance, sudden fatigue, emotional waves that seem to come from nowhere. Do not panic. This is not regression, this is acceleration. When something precious is about to manifest, the tension rises. Have you felt unusually tired yet strangely hopeful at the same time? That paradox is the sign that heaven is moving faster than your mind can process. I need you to hear this with clarity. The shock everyone will feel is not just about who arrives, but about who you become when they do. You will no longer question your worth, you will no longer chase validation, because love will meet you where you stand. But before that, there is a purification of expectations. You must release the picture you created out of loneliness, not faith. Listen carefully, because the one coming will not fulfill fantasies, they will fulfill purpose. That may scare you at first. Tell me honestly, are you ready for love that demands growth instead of comfort? This is where many hesitate, but you were chosen because you would not. My beloved, you have been underestimated for a long time, even by yourself, but heaven has been watching your obedience in obscurity. Every time you chose integrity over attention, patience over panic, healing over bitterness, it was recorded. Do not skip this, because here is the reassurance: nothing about this connection will be rushed, forced, or confusing. Peace will lead it. Even the uncertainty you feel now is temporary. Soon, clarity will replace it. Have you noticed how certain doors are closing without effort lately? That is not loss, that is alignment. I am clearing space so nothing interferes with what is coming. The enemy wants you distracted, nostalgic, doubting your readiness, but I say you are prepared. The timing is not late, it is precise. My child, there will be a moment when this person speaks, and something inside you will settle, as if a long argument inside your soul finally ends. That is how you will know. But hear this warning gently: do not test what I send by the wounds I healed. Not everyone who comes peacefully is boring, some are simply safe. Can you feel the difference between chaos and confirmation now? That discernment is new, and it is necessary. Listen carefully, because the next phase will require courage to receive publicly what you prayed for privately. People will notice the change in you. They will ask questions. Some will not understand. Let them watch. Your story is not for explanation, it is for testimony. Don't skip this, because the final alignment is closer than it appears, and the next revelation will explain why this love cannot be hidden, why it will be undeniable, and why once it begins, there will be no turning back, because what happens next will shock you. Because once it begins, the shift will be unmistakable, and I need you present for this, fully attentive. Do not skip this, my beloved, because many miss their miracle by assuming it will look dramatic instead of divine. Listen carefully, what is coming will feel natural, almost too simple, and that is where the surprise lies. You have survived intensity, inconsistency, emotional highs and lows, so when peace arrives, your mind may question it. But your spirit will know. Have you ever wondered why chaos once felt like chemistry? That is a pattern I have been breaking in you. This love will not consume you, it will complement you. My child, there is a reason your prayers have become quieter lately, less desperate, more trusting. That is alignment. You are no longer begging for love, you are ready to steward it. Don't skip this, because the one coming will recognize you not by appearance, status, or age, but by spiritual familiarity. They will see you and feel as though heaven confirmed something they could never explain. Tell me honestly, have you felt less afraid of being alone recently? That freedom is what allows true connection. The shock will be this: they may arrive when you have finally made peace with your life as it is. That is not irony, that is timing. I needed you whole, not waiting to be completed. Listen carefully, because this is a warning wrapped in mercy. When the moment comes, do not overanalyze it. Do not interrogate joy. Do not delay obedience by seeking signs after the confirmation has already arrived. You will know. Your body will relax, your mind will quiet, your spirit will say yes before your lips do. My beloved, people around you may question it, not because it is wrong, but because it does not fit the version of you they kept frozen in the past. Let them adjust. You have grown. Have you noticed how you no longer feel the need to explain yourself? That is preparation for visibility. This connection will bring you into the open, not to expose you, but to honor you. Don't skip this, because what I am about to say matters deeply. The love coming will activate dormant dreams, restore creativity, and reignite purpose you thought was lost. This is not just companionship, it is collaboration. Together, you will build something meaningful, something that reflects healing rather than survival. But before that manifestation, there will be a moment of surrender where you must trust me without proof. Are you willing to move when I say now, even if your logic asks for later? This is where faith becomes action. Listen carefully, my child, the final alignment is already in motion. Conversations are being arranged, paths are crossing, timing is tightening. The wait you endured is about to make sense all at once, and when it does, you will realize nothing was wasted. Stay with me, because the final truth I reveal will explain why this love could only arrive now, why it will endure, and why once you see it clearly, you will understand that everything before was only preparation for what happens next. What happens next is the sealing of everything I have spoken, and I need you completely present, my beloved, because this is where understanding replaces confusion and peace replaces waiting. Listen carefully, this is not random, this is not late, this is not accidental. This love could only arrive now because now you can recognize it without losing yourself. My child, earlier you would have mistaken intensity for intimacy, pursuit for purpose, attachment for alignment, but now you are different. You are healed enough to choose, whole enough to receive, strong enough to protect what I send. Do not skip this, because the endurance of this love is tied to the growth you earned in secret. The person coming is not meant to rescue you, they are meant to walk with you, and that is why it will last. Have you realized how much you have changed compared to who you were a year ago? That transformation is the foundation. Listen carefully, because here is the divine truth. I did not delay love to punish you, I delayed it to preserve you. If it had come earlier, it would have broken under the weight of who you were still becoming. Now, it will stand. This connection will not compete with your purpose, it will support it. You will not shrink to keep it, you will expand together. My beloved, there will be a moment when you look back at the nights you cried, the prayers you whispered, the times you felt overlooked, and suddenly you will understand why silence was necessary. That understanding will bring tears, not of pain, but of gratitude. Tell me honestly, can you feel relief replacing the ache right now? That is confirmation. Do not fear the future anymore. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where heaven intended you to be when this door opens. Listen carefully, because once it does, there will be no confusion, no chasing, no games. Clarity will lead. Respect will remain. Love will grow steadily, deeply, unmistakably. People will be shocked not because it is dramatic, but because it is healthy, because it endures, because it reflects the work I did in you. And here is the final warning and promise: guard this connection with prayer, not suspicion, with gratitude, not fear. What I bless does not need to be defended, only honored. My child, you are stepping into a chapter that many long for but few are prepared to sustain. Stay awake, stay humble, stay listening. The moment you have waited for is closer than your next breath, and when it unfolds fully, you will realize this message was the confirmation before the arrival, because everything is about to change. Someone close to you is secretly working with the police. God is warning you. My child, listen carefully and don't skip this, because what I am about to reveal is not random, it is not accidental. This is a divine interruption meant specifically for you. Chosen one, you've been sensing something, haven't you? A strange tension in the atmosphere around you, an uneasy stirring in your spirit, a sudden awareness that someone you trust is not who they pretend to be. Tell me honestly, do you feel this too? You've noticed the shift in their behavior, the sudden distance, the probing questions that feel just a little too calculated, almost as if they're gathering information. My beloved, you must hear this. God has been trying to warn you, and this message is His final attempt to get your attention. You've been walking into rooms and the energy changes instantly. Conversations stop. Eyes move. Hearts race. Have you felt this sign recently? You think you're imagining it, but you're not. The divine realm has been whispering, someone around you is not for you. And now, heaven is shouting it. My child, don't skip, because this revelation is not just about betrayal, it's about protection. You see, the enemy has been threatened by your growth, by your elevation, by the light that surrounds you. And when darkness cannot reach you directly, it tries to use people who are close enough to touch your life. Someone close to you has quietly aligned themselves with forces that want to monitor you, track you, set traps for you. They are doing it under the disguise of concern, but their motives are not pure. Have you noticed that lately you've been overly cautious with your words? Do you believe this is meant for you? You've shared less, you've felt compelled to pull back, you've even experienced moments where your spirit said, "Don't tell them this." That was not anxiety, that was divine protection. My child, the police in this message is symbolic and literal. Symbolic because they represent authority, investigation, judgment. Literal because for some of you, someone is feeding your name into places where it does not belong. Not to protect you. Not to help you. But to control you. To trap you. To benefit from your downfall. But listen carefully, chosen one, this is not a message to scare you. This is a message to prepare you. God has positioned His angels around you, watching every conversation spoken in secret, every attempt to use your trust against you, every whisper spoken behind closed doors. And heaven is stepping in before the enemy can complete his plan. My beloved, ask yourself, why do you think you woke up today with this message reaching you at the exact moment your spirit is tired of guessing who you can trust? Why do you think this warning found you now? Have you felt that spiritual nudge telling you to detach from certain people? You are not imagining any of it. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the louder the alarms from heaven become. My child, don't ignore this. Don't dismiss the signs. There is someone near you wearing a mask, and God is about to rip that mask off in a way that will leave you speechless. And what happens next will shock you. My child, listen carefully and don't skip, because the moment their mask begins to crack, your spirit will feel it before your eyes ever see it. You've already sensed the shift, haven't you? The sudden discomfort around someone who once felt familiar, the unusual tension when their name crosses your mind, the way your peace disappears the moment they appear. Tell me honestly, have you noticed this strange heaviness in your spirit? My beloved, this is not your imagination. This is discernment, sharpening itself inside you because heaven is exposing what has been hidden in the dark. Chosen one, someone close to you has been studying you, observing you, watching your steps more carefully than they watch their own life. They are gathering information, not to help you, but to hand it over to someone else. You may not know their motive yet, but God does. And God is calling you to wake up. Don't skip. Listen carefully. You have been praying for clarity, for truth, for the real intentions of people around you to be revealed. And now, that prayer is unfolding right before your eyes. There is someone who has grown uncomfortable with your growth, jealous of your strength, intimidated by your destiny. And instead of celebrating you, they have chosen to betray you quietly. Have you felt this sign recently? You've probably wondered why someone suddenly wants to know your plans, your movements, your thoughts, yet they never reveal their own. You've wondered why they show up in moments of crisis but disappear when you succeed. You've wondered why they seem overly curious about your personal life, your finances, your connections. My child, this is the spirit of monitoring, an assignment sent to gather information about you for the wrong people and the wrong reasons. But don't be afraid. You are not walking alone. Every time they speak your name behind your back, an angel records it. Every time they attempt to mislead, misdirect, or misrepresent you, God interrupts their plan. Every time they try to pull information from you, heaven shuts their access. You must hear this, chosen one. The reason God is warning you is because the enemy is running out of time. Your breakthrough is coming too fast, your elevation is too close, and your purpose is unfolding too powerfully. The enemy thinks that if he can surround you with false allies, he can slow you down. But he forgot one thing: you are chosen, covered, and divinely protected. My beloved, have you noticed that God has been isolating you, separating you from certain circles, pulling you away from familiar faces? Do you believe this is meant for you? That separation wasn't rejection, it was protection. God saw the betrayal before you sensed the danger. He saw the conversations before you felt the shift. He saw the trap before you discerned the spirit. And now, He is positioning you to rise above every scheme designed against you. Don't skip this, my child, because the truth is about to unfold in ways that will shock even you. You are not losing people. You are losing liabilities. You are not being abandoned. You are being elevated. You are not being targeted. You are being transformed. And the one who has been pretending to stand with you is about to be exposed in a way that leaves no room for confusion. My beloved, prepare yourself, because everything is about to change. My child, Don't skip this part because what I'm about to reveal will explain the strange spiritual pressure you've been feeling lately. You've been waking up with a tightness in your chest, a sense that something is off, a quiet whisper telling you to be cautious with certain people. Tell me honestly, have you felt this inner warning increasing? Chosen one, this is happening because the person who has been pretending to be close to you is starting to panic. They can feel that their influence over your life is slipping. They can sense that you are pulling away, that you are seeing through the cracks in their behavior, that your spirit no longer responds to their manipulation. My beloved, listen carefully. The enemy always grows loudest right before God exposes his plans. That discomfort you feel when this person enters the room is not random. That sense of hesitation when they ask you questions is not coincidence. That sudden urge to keep your victories private, your plans quiet, your movements hidden, this is spiritual intelligence from heaven itself. Have you noticed their strange interest in your personal affairs? Have you noticed how they listen more than they speak? How they appear supportive but their eyes don't match their words? My child, their assignment was never to help you, it was to report you. Some of them are working with authority figures literally, and some spiritually. They have aligned themselves with people who want control, people who want information, people who want access to your life without having earned your trust. But hear me, chosen one, the very trap they thought would catch you is about to collapse under their own feet. Divine justice is already in motion. The spiritual investigation they tried to start against you is being reversed. Every false word spoken against you is returning to the sender. Every attempt to expose you is now exposing them. They think they're hidden, but God has already placed His spotlight over their intentions. My beloved, don't skip, because this is where the shift becomes undeniable. You will start noticing small signs, accidental slips of the tongue, sudden changes in their tone, unexpected hesitations, suspicious reactions when you mention certain topics. Their mask is weakening. Their confidence is crumbling. Their role in your life is nearing its expiration. Tell me honestly, do you feel this unraveling happening already? God is not warning you to scare you. He is warning you so you can walk with wisdom, strength, and divine awareness. You are stepping into a season where truth rises, deception falls, and your discernment becomes razor sharp. My child, the reason this is happening is simple: you are too close to a major breakthrough. A blessing so large, a shift so powerful, that the enemy is desperate to intercept it. But he cannot. God has already sealed your path. Your enemies will accidentally expose themselves. Your fake supporters will trip over their own lies. And the ones secretly working against you will soon be revealed without you lifting a single finger. Stay alert, my beloved, because the biggest truth is still hidden. My child, listen carefully and don't skip, because what I'm about to reveal is the moment where heaven begins to turn the entire situation in your favor. Chosen one, the one who has been secretly working against you is starting to realize something they never expected. God has placed a shield around you that they cannot penetrate, no matter how hard they try. Their plans are failing. Their information is losing power. Their influence is collapsing right in front of them. Tell me honestly, have you noticed how their energy feels more desperate lately? My beloved, the reason you're sensing all of this is because God has begun the process of exposing them. When divine truth rises, deception becomes uncomfortable. When your spirit grows stronger, hidden enemies begin to panic. The person who thought they could monitor you quietly is now feeling watched themselves, as if heaven's eyes are burning into their conscience. And they are. You must hear this. God is not only revealing their intentions, He is reversing every weapon they tried to form against you. Have you felt the shift, like suddenly you're more cautious, more aware, more spiritually awake? That is not fear, that is divine instinct. My child, the enemy wanted to use someone close to gather information about your life. But what they didn't expect was that God would use this same situation to elevate your discernment, sharpen your intuition, and transform you into someone who cannot be deceived again. My beloved, listen. The reason you are being separated from certain people is because the next season of your life requires cleaner circles, wiser connections, and more spiritually aligned relationships. The enemy tried to sabotage you by placing the wrong person near your life, but instead, God used it to teach you how to recognize real loyalty from fake loyalty. Tell me honestly, do you feel yourself becoming more selective with your trust lately? That is because heaven is preparing you for a blessing too sacred to share with the wrong hearts. And the one working with outside forces, whether literal or symbolic, is starting to feel the divine pressure tighten around them. Their lies are becoming harder to maintain. Their behavior is becoming inconsistent. Their motives are becoming exposed by the light inside you. Chosen one, don't skip this next part, because this is where God steps fully into the situation. The person who thought they could track you, monitor you, or report you is about to face consequences they never saw coming. Their schemes are unraveling. Their alliances are breaking. Their secrets are surfacing. And soon, very soon, you will see exactly why God sent this warning at this exact moment. My beloved, brace yourself, everything is about to change. My child, don't skip this because what I am about to tell you is the moment everything begins to turn in your favor, even if it doesn't look like it yet. Chosen one, the person who has been quietly working against you is losing control of the very story they tried to create about you. Their narrative is falling apart. Their alliances are weakening. Their confidence is collapsing. They can feel that God is pulling you out of their reach, and it terrifies them. Tell me honestly, have you felt the shift where you suddenly see their true colors more clearly? My beloved, this is divine revelation. God is lifting the veil, piece by piece, and soon the truth will be undeniable. The guilt they carry is growing heavier. The lies they told are tightening around them. The people they collaborated with are beginning to question their motives. And the spiritual realm is pressing against them with a weight they can no longer ignore. Chosen one, listen carefully, you were never meant to fall into the trap they built. God allowed you to get close enough to sense the danger, but not close enough to be destroyed by it. That strange hesitation you felt every time you tried to trust them? That sudden discomfort when they wanted to know your personal plans? That urge to stay silent when they asked questions that seemed harmless? My child, that was heaven protecting your destiny. Have you felt this sign recently? You've been divinely shielded from giving them the information they wanted. They tried to present themselves as a friend, a confidant, a supporter, but their spirit always betrayed them. That's why you felt drained after talking to them. That's why you felt uneasy sharing your dreams with them. That's why your heart whispered, "Be careful." My beloved, don't skip, because the truth is this: the person secretly working with others to watch you, investigate you, or manipulate your story is about to face a divine interruption. God is stepping in. Angels are blocking access. Every attempt to use your name improperly is being dismantled. Every word they spoke about you is returning to them with spiritual force. Every lie they tried to plant is being uprooted before it can take root. Chosen one, ask yourself, do you believe this revelation is meant for you? Because it is. You were not guided here by accident. Heaven is preparing to expose this person in a way that leaves no confusion, no doubt, no unanswered questions. And once the truth comes out, you will realize that God was protecting you long before you even knew you needed protection. My child, the betrayal that was meant to break you is becoming the breakthrough that will elevate you. The monitoring meant to trap you is becoming the evidence that will release you. The person meant to harm you is about to reveal themselves without you saying a single word. My beloved, stay alert, because the biggest unveiling has not happened yet. And what happens next will shock you. My child, listen carefully and don't skip, because this final part is the moment where heaven brings everything into the light. Chosen one, the person who has been secretly working against you, whether through information, influence, manipulation, or hidden alliances, they are about to face divine consequences that no human hand can stop. Their secrets are trembling. Their lies are unraveling. Their alliances are dissolving in silence. And whether they whispered your name to authority figures, to people in positions of power, or to spiritual forces that sought control, none of it can stand against what God is about to do for you. Tell me honestly, can you feel that something big is about to break open in your life? My beloved, the spiritual tension around you was never an attack, it was a sign that heaven was preparing to expose the one who betrayed you. God has watched every conversation spoken behind your back. God has seen every false word spoken in rooms you never entered. God has heard every attempt to distort your truth. And now, divine judgment is stepping in. Not to punish you, but to vindicate you. Have you felt the shift where your spirit suddenly feels lighter, clearer, more aware? That is because the monitoring spirit assigned to you has been cut off. The spiritual permission they once had is gone. The access they once used is closed. The influence they once relied on is broken. And soon, chosen one, their mask will fall so dramatically that even you will be shocked by the truth that comes out. My child, don't skip, because this is the moment God turns betrayal into destiny. The exposure that is coming is not just for your protection, it is for your elevation. The truth will not hurt you. The truth will free you. The truth will not embarrass you. The truth will reveal your innocence. And the truth will show everyone exactly who was working in darkness. My beloved, have you felt lately that God is pulling you forward faster than you expected, as if something is clearing the path ahead of you? That is because the spiritual blockage connected to this hidden enemy is being removed. Their plans are collapsing. Their intentions are being revealed. Their influence is ending. And everything that was meant to hinder you is now becoming the very fuel God uses to lift you higher. Tell me honestly, do you believe this closure is meant for you? Because it is. The person who tried to bring your name into confusion will now watch God bring your name into honor. The one who tried to expose you will now be exposed. The one who tried to sabotage you will now face the consequences of their own actions. And you, chosen one, you will rise from this with more clarity, more strength, more protection, and more divine authority than ever before. My child, hear this final warning and final promise from heaven. Stay calm, stay quiet, stay aligned, because the revelation is coming fast. And when it happens, you will finally understand why God whispered to your spirit, why God warned you through signs, why God pulled you away, why God hid you in plain sight. This chapter is ending. But the new one, filled with victory, clarity, and divine protection, is beginning right now. My beloved, the biggest truth is moments away from unfolding, and everything is about to change.